Hello, my Bellezas. So, today we are going to talk about Green Beret Captain Jeffrey MacDonald. Now, Jeffrey was a doctor, graduated from Princeton, a Green Beret Captain, and a deleter or unaliver, whatever y'all want to call him. So on February 17th, 1970, Jeffrey called Fort Bragg, North Carolina Military Police to come to his house that he shared with his pregnant wife, Colette, who was 16, their two daughters, Kimberly was 5, Christian was 2. The police arrived to a scene of carnage. MacDonald was lying unconscious over Colette's body. When he was moved, they seen her body was mutilated. Kimberly, 5, was found in her room, stabbed to death, and so was Christian, who was 2. When MacDonald woke up from his state, he told investigators, when he fell asleep on the couch, he woke up in the middle of the night to 4 intruders standing over him. One woman with a long, floppy hat on, and she also had a long blonde hair, wearing dark clothes. There was also 3 men. He could only remember the man with the army jacket. He said they was chanting, "Acid is groovy, kill the pigs." And on the headboard of Colette's bed was the word pig written in blood. He said they beat him with a club and stabbed him in the chest. This resulted in a partially collapsed lung. He lost consciousness after the struggle and woke up to a terrifying scene of his murdered family. Army investigators did not believe MacDonald's story. However, they didn't have enough evidence. They announced that MacDonald was a suspect, but 6 weeks later, again, since there was no break in the case, they closed the case, and no charges was pursued against MacDonald. He applied and received an honorable discharge. In 1971, the case was reopened by the Army's Criminal Investigation Division. The FBI did a laboratory test of the bloodstains and other physical evidence. So, the case was reopened. In June 1971, the Criminal Investigation Division reported to the Justice Department that all the evidence still pointed to MacDonald. The next few years, the case remained at a standstill. In 1974, the known facts was presented to a federal grand jury at Raleigh, North Carolina. And here, this is when it gets juicy. So January 24th, 1975, MacDonald was indicted on 3 counts of murder. That was January. 8 months later, August 1975, they found him guilty of second-degree murder in the deaths of Colette and Kimberly, and first-degree murder in Christian's death. The jury decided that Christian murder was calculated to cover up the other murders. 5 years later, July 1980, the United States Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ordered a dismissal of the indictment, acting on the grounds that the long delay between the crime and the trial had denied MacDonald's right to a speedy trial. He was freed on bail and continued his life. Well, 3 years later, March 1983, the United States Supreme Court reversed the appellate court and they ordered him right back to prison. Now, October 1990, he filed an appeal and a motion for a new trial, but it was denied. 1997, a woman named Catherine wrote MacDonald while he was in prison. She wanted to know his story. How can she help? She wanted him free. Now, Catherine was once a married woman, and she owned a children's drama school. So, I mean, why not? It makes sense. 2002, they got married at the California prison. MacDonald eventually got transferred to a federal prison in Cumberland, Maryland, to be closer to his wife. Till this day, MacDonald say his family was murdered in a Charles Manson-like killing or slaying. And he still said it was carried out by a group of hippies. Now, during the trial, former U.S. Deputy Marshal Jimmy Britt alleged that he transported a woman named Helen, who repeatedly confessed to being at the MacDonald's house the night of the murder with the other members of a cult. But when she went to trial in 1979, she confessed that she never had no recollection of ever going to his house or even knowing him for that matter. So it all was a lie. As of today, he is 80 years old and he is in Cumberland, Maryland prison. That was crazy. Okay, Bellezas, that was a crazy, crazy story. And the fact that he was able to get married in prison baffles me. It's just baffling. Now, yeah, I'll see y'all and I'll catch y'all on the next one.